What is the worst thing you've seen at a strip club? When I was 19 I was at a club for my friend's 18th. Another girl our age just came and sat with us who really didn't seem to want to be there or around the other guys who actually had money. So I asked why she didn't just quit, and she said something akin to, "My boyfriend is a bouncer here and is forcing me to work here, otherwise he's going to kick me out of our apartment and I'll be homeless." I asked why she didn't get a different job, and she said something like, "Because he knows there's nowhere else I can work and make as much money." Boyfriend sounded like he was just using her. It was super sad. The dude was also late 30s. She was 19, just out of high school. The older I get, the more fucked up it is to me. I've been to a strip club once. This gorgeous stripper gave me and my GF a couple's lap dance. I noticed her accent and asked her where she was from. I forget where she said, drunk. But it was an Eastern European country. I asked her how she ended up in this little town and she said, "Oh, well, they move us around a lot." Her customer service smile ran away from her face for just a moment, but it was enough. I've never stepped foot in a strip club since. A guy eat a banana squeezed out of the stripper's cooch. For the curious, at the Nipper Hut in Angels City, RP. 30 pesos cover guaranteed 2 drinks and all you can eat. I saw my first dead body at a club in East Dallas. Story was, a girl that worked there set a guy up to get robbed. He found out, hit her in the head with a beer bucket, and a fight ensued among several patrons. I assume most of them didn't know the reason she was hit and just fought the guy. One of those people was a regular. As the almost robbed guy left the club, the regular threw a beer bottle at his head. Almost robbed guy steps out of his car, walks up, pulls out a gun, and dropped him at point blank range right in front of the club's entrance/exit. He returned to his car and wasn't found by police for several months. One of my best friends used to live in Tampa. He was a regular at one of the clubs and became friends with some of the dancers. One of the girls told him that another regular would come in and pay her to piss in a bottle so that he could sip on it while she gave him dances. She agreed to do so, except she never pissed in any of the bottles. Instead, she would have one of the bouncers piss in the bottle and the guy would sit there sipping the bouncer's piss, thinking it was the dancers. Stripper here. When I first started, I was barely a month into the job. Myself and another dancer took these 2 guys to VIP but separate booths. It was the end of the night and lights were on to signal people to GTFO. The guy I danced for said his friend is paying for the dances. So we walked to their booth and the friend and the dancer are drunk as fuck. The guy's laying on the couch, shirt pulled up, begging the dancer to piss on him. She was drunk enough to comply. I was sober as hell. And my customer, the dude's friend, watched in shock that this was actually happening. She did as he requested, and the guy loved it. I was so new, I just had to wait and watch as well. Dude was quite pleased, and then went to the ATM to pay me and his girl. Bouncer I knew, huge guy but the nicest dude. Went outside to stop an argument. Shot in the chest, died in the parking lot. RIP. Many security people here are told not to intervene anything outside company building to keep them safe and keep company name out of any possible bad nays. Edit. *NEWS. But nays is much better. I was supposed to be a cook at a strip club in Corpus Christi, Texas. We were famous for our barbecue, which was from a can. They never let me clean the container that the beef was kept in, just pour another can on top. I noped out after 3 days. Sounds like the health department needs a call. Thanks for the heads up. I'm in Corpus. I have been to a few clubs over the years, but have always found them to be very depressing, and don't go to the next one for years, and never go back to the same one. Note to self, never eat at a strip club. Based on your comment, and others in this posting. I went to the local ratty strip club with some buddies. I didn't really want to be there, but it was somewhere to party after the bars closed. I got to talking to a woman in her 40s in a nurse's outfit. She told me she was wearing it because her daughter is going to nursing school and she's working there to pay for it. She then tells me she's paying for it to get closer to her daughter since she just got out of prison for putting a hit out on her husband. The guy the hitman went after attacked the wrong person and got arrested. Snitched on her. I was too sober to be dealing with all that, haha. One I went to in college had a little person as a bathroom attendant, and if you tipped him $20 he would kick himself in the head. That sounds like an NPC with different line of interaction. The real Easter egg is at $20,000 when he folds into himself and give you a shrinking potion. I was with a bachelor party and a dancer asked if she could use my belt. I thought that she was going to spank the other stripper with it. Hell yeah, here's my belt. She then invites the overweight sweaty groom from another bachelor party on stage and proceeds to pull down his pants and beat his bare ass with it. The worst part was when she sawed it between his legs and handed it back to me. Needless to say, I held up my pants with my hands the rest of the night. My friend and I went to this fully nude strip club, and while sitting at a table this girl, probably early 20s, and old lady, at least 60, came up and sat with us. After talking to them for a while, the girl told us she actually worked at that strip club and the older lady with her was her mom. They later told us her mom comes and watches her, and her friends work all the time. She said even her dad will sometimes come and watch. Lucky Dragon, downtown Portland 2006. Stripper folded a dollar bill hot dog style, put it in my friend's mouth, and had him turn his head 90 degrees. She crab walked across the stage, put her legs on his shoulders, and grabbed the dollar bill with her pussy. She took snatch to a new level. Edit, it might be the Golden Dragon. Either way Portlanders know what I'm talking about. A woman, who I think was pregnant, who seemed really out of it. All the tips thrown on stage were coins, so after her dance the music stopped, and she spent a couple minutes squatting around picking up coins. Toss a coin to a stripper. Buddy had a lot of small bills he wanted to get rid of, so he hands me a stack of cash, and I sit at the edge of the stage and prepare for some dances. Beautiful dancer steps in front of me, and I keep placing bill after bill down in front of her. There's no alcohol served, so it's a full nude club, and she lays on her back and opens her legs wide. Another dollar. She then dips her thumb between her legs and proceeds to rafiki my forehead with her trench. And well, another dollar. A club in Niagara Falls, Canada has the seamstress who fixes the G-strings and outfits set up in the ladies' bathroom. This poor old woman works all night in a stinky bathroom. So wrong. I would like to think she makes a decent amount of money to put up with it, but in reality, those clubs can be very shady. Group of us dead brothers got dragged to a club by the one last guy getting married. We had some drinks and a buddy ripped the brand new button down off a friend. Before we can say anything the strippers at the table were down collecting the buttons. All they said was, "We've got a girl." $40 and 20 minutes later his shirt came back good as new. This is from a stripper's perspective. Another stripper getting beat by her boyfriend or pimp. A stripper bringing her toddler with her. We all took turns babysitting her backstage. A girl falling from the pole and breaking her arm. Like bone out and everything. Coke. And a lot of it. A girl going home with a guy and disappearing. Me and some buddies were in Montreal, and like any group of mid-20s drunk men in that city, we found ourselves at a strip club. Pretty standard stuff for a bit, but then they pulled some guy who was having a bachelor party on stage to have two girls humiliate him for a bit before giving him a lap dance. Kind of funny at first, they were whipping him and all that jazz. They made him strip down to his underwear, and for some reason, they were absolutely shredded. Looked like he took his underpants, put them halfway through a paper shredder, and then decided to wear them out. The announcer guy just said, "What the fuck? Did this guy just leave a banshee attack in his classic strip club?" Announcer guy voice as the poor bachelor was just filled with shame and regret on the stage. The end. Thanks for watching.